Hello, guitar folk of the internet and beyond. Try that again. Hello, guitar folk. Got a new guitar delivered today. Thought I would open it on camera as a wee bit of an experience. Never done that before. I've got guitars and filmed a bit of playing not long after I've got them, but never actually an out the box thing. So this is the kind of thing I watch online all the time. So I'm excited. Hope you're excited. And today it's just going to be a bit of an unbroken, warts and all, tripping over words, nae edit type video because I just don't have the time. Sadly, the last time I got to work on stuff for the YouTube channel was months and months and months ago, and it was quite an undertaking. It was the collection video. So ever since then, I thought if I'm going to do this again, it's going to be, sadly, a lot more low effort stuff because I don't really have the time. I'm just looking to share a bit of passion here. Not like that, but you know what I mean. So, shall we? Got my trusty little knife here to open this up. Now this is a spur of the moment eBay purchase, but I saw this and kind of loved the look of it straight away. It ticked various boxes for me. Now, although I have a lot of guitars, there is a code, there is a criteria involved. And let's just say a few months ago I moved a guitar on that I wasn't gelling with. It was the Fender 1972 reissue Tele Deluxe, the black one, which was a cracking guitar, but just sadly not for me on account of a couple of things, mainly the neck and fingerboard sort of profile on it, very wide, very flat, which is not to my liking if I'm entirely honest. Tried to live with it, just couldn't gel with the guitar, thought it may be better for someone else. So I traded that on, got something else, and then but I brought one of my basses down to the studio here, so that created a space, or in my addict mind, that justified, that merited another purchase. So I had always wanted a guitar that ticked a couple of the following criteria. I wanted another Gibson. I wanted it to probably have P90s or something interesting, maybe mini humbuckers or something, but it's not a straight humbucker guitar. And I sort of like, not relic as such, but I do like worn in guitars. So this that I spotted on eBay just had it all. The suspense is killing me, but I can't find my way into the box. What on earth is going on here? Well, the box is definitely solid, I'll give it that, but I need to get into it somehow. So the fold there. What? Aha. Yes, okay, sorry, there's the lid is sort of double folded over. I was trying to not, there we go. I was trying not to cut through a big thick layer of cardboard should I want to use this box for anything down the line. Okay, we've got some, I don't know if I could have waved that in a more sassy, flamboyant way. Bubble wrap! Anyway. Moving sorry. Bubble wrap! There we go. Finally getting warm enough in here to merit taking the hat and the hoodie off. And apologies, sorry, if you hear any dogs barking next door. There's actually a dog training business next door to the studio's unit here. Shout out Roz and Paws Kilmarnock if you want your dog trained. I don't know if it's obedient stuff or backflips or to stop them peeing on the carpet, but she's very good. She will train your dog. Okay, we have a case. Shall we just, in one graceful motion, let's... That was not graceful, but it was a motion. Okay. perfect. Says my name and everything. Okay. Oh. We have a gold Gibson case. This can only mean good things. Peanuts. I said peanuts there, by the way, not something that sounded like it. What's the shot like here? Sorry for seeming so out of breath, folks. Camera angle was a bit ski-whiff there. I'll just adjust that. I was out running just before I came here, so there's been recent exercise, so a little bit puffed out. Oh. Shall we? 3, 2, come off! 1. Oh, yes! Wow! Oh. So, bit of a mutt, bit of an unusual one, but this is a very cold. It's a 2015 Gibson Les Paul Special 100. So you've probably seen these around before. They're the flat top double cutaway ones with the wrap tail bridge and the P90s. Bare bones, simplistic, minimalistic rock machines. Who doesn't love a P90? The finishes you tend to see these in, I'll crouch down here. The finishes you tend to see these in are the cherry coloured one, the TV yellow, the lovely sort of brown, is it a tobacco sunburst type thing? Beautiful. But I spotted this on eBay. Someone's refinished it as a gold top. And they have also worn it in through a decade of playing. We have made contact. Just checking the frets there. Now, the gentleman that I bought this on eBay, the gentleman that I purchased this from on the eBay, he was very easy to deal with, answered all my questions, sent me pictures when I asked for any visible signs of fret wear, sent me a picture to check all was good. So, thank you, that man. Let's get stuck in, shall we? Now, this is what I mean about it being played in. According to this chap, this was his main guitar for a decade, and as you can see, there's wear galore. So evidently this has been TV yellow, but it's got the gold on the front. That's fantastic. That's the best of both worlds. I love that. Oh my god. Excellent. I did have a double cut Gibson Les Paul Junior tribute. I feel like it was a 2016. The sort of dark woody coloured one. Mine was the charcoal colours, the dark wood with the single pickup and the pick guard around here. And I really liked that guitar. But when I got my 1969 Gibson SG Junior, mostly original, proper vintage guitar, I didn't really see the need to have two juniors because, again, although I have a lot of guitars, there's method to the collection. There's criteria. I don't like too many guitars that do the exact same job, if you like. So, and to be honest, I do miss the neck pickup when it's not there. Now, I do have another P90 guitar in the house, my Revster, and I've got the Junior as well. So I've got P90s galore, but just wanted one more Gibson, a workhorse, something that I don't have to be precious around. I love the fact it's already worn in. Pardon me. The strings look really fresh on it as well. This is a good thing. Immediate thoughts, and I had already decided this when I saw the pictures on eBay. The black strat knobs and the black plastics and poker chip here, they'll go. Definitely going to get those in cream to match the soap bars. I think that would be nice. The tuners are replaced as well, I think. So these Grover ones. I have no problem with those being there. That's cool. Although I may poach them for one of my other guitars, just because I always envisaged having button tuners on this, and I've got a set of metal button tuners on my F1 Les Paul, so I may do a little switcheroo at some point if I'm feeling adventurous. But amazing, and a gold case. So, need to come down a little bit now, you know. So just off to one side here, and possibly contained within this wide angle shot I've got here with the phone, I have some tools here. I've got precision screwdriver kit. I've got one of these little Fritz. I'm having a great day. I don't care, new guitar day, so who cares if you drop something. A Fritz ruler. I use this for checking action, string height, string spacings, all that stuff. And then I've got the little Gibson truss rod adjustment tools here, just in case this does require a bit of setup. But let's just see how it is straight off the bat. Are we in tune? Almost. So, this definitely has a huge neck. The width on the neck is the first thing I've noticed about it. It's very wide and it's very flat. That was why I moved on the Tele Deluxe. Not exactly the same neck profile, but it's so strange. It feels like almost like a classical guitar neck. It's so wide. So the interesting thing, yeah, my friend mentioned this to me. It's not that the string spacing is wide on these, it's that there's a sort of gap at the side of the fingerboard between the outermost strings. So if you look at that, there's this gap here. Now, I'm not used to that gap at all. But maybe that's the difference, because first impressions, I love how vibrant and lively it sounds unplugged as well. You know, always do that with your guitars, always check them before they're plugged in. So, I'm really, really happy with that so far. Bit of open string buzzing there, so wow. So the neck, sorry, I'm trying to speak without the 2mm plectrum in my mouth. So maybe this needs to come up slightly. To me, the action looks really, really low actually, so I'll check this against my handy Fritz ruler. So, okay, yeah, the action on this, on the 6th string it's low, and on the 1st string it's really low. So immediately I'm going to bring both of these posts up just a little bit. Not much, and hopefully that actually alleviates the buzz here at the open position. Although it disappeared when I tuned the lowest string up, maybe that additional chunk of tension from the low E string was enough. So what do I need? I need a flathead screwdriver. I know where one is. Haha. Now, traditionally you used to keep piano books, music books in these things, but I use it as a toolbox. Handy. Okay. So let's go. And it's a wrap tail, so it's a nice, easy little thing here. Now I know technically you're probably supposed to loosen these off just a little bit. Just maybe more, but
admittedly, I'm not really in the mood to wait about doing that stuff, so I'm just going to make sure that I'm not going to scuff this here. The screwdriver working would be a massive help though, admittedly. So we've got dogs barking next door and a squeaky, rickety, potentially 100-year-old piano still. The piano, what's this again? A Collingwood is about 100 years old, I've been led to believe, by people more knowledgeable in the subject than myself. So, I'm bringing the low E strings action up a bit here. On the Fritz ruler, there's measurements for strings 6 and 1, low and high. I actually aim for somewhere in the middle of those. My action tends to be around the 1 mil mark here, and maybe 1.25 or something like that over here. And that's just an action that I've learned to play with over the years, because I find it easy to get the guitar to that action without risking too much of a fret buzz, unless you've got some really nasty high frets somewhere that need fixed regardless. I feel like when you try and get your action down too low, you're just asking for trouble. So I don't go crazy low on the action. So I'm just being very gentle, because once upon a time I did this and sort of slipped with the screwdriver and put an off a ding in my guitar with a flathead screwdriver. Okay, so just a little bit more on each side and I think we're good to go. This side here doesn't seem to want to budge, bit tough. Okay, a little bit more on the high E side. Okay. Let's get it in tune, and then let's plug in. I think this tuner a long time ago stopped being able to sense vibration. Trying to make an effort to be calm. I'm very, very happy about this. It's always good to have a new guitar, especially one that you feel like completes the collection a little bit. Now, interestingly, when I bought this online, there was a slightly empty feeling after it of, I'm not having a great day. Keep dropping things. I had this feeling of, what we're doing here, how many guitars are we going to buy before it's overkill? So there was a sort of silent resolution within myself that maybe this should be the last one, at least until, you know, maybe if something else goes, really a one in, one out. Which this was technically, but I moved an instrument from the house to here and opened up a space. I sold an instrument from here, to be fair, so if you want to be technical, that is one out, one in, one out, sorry. As you can tell, when I try and speak unscripted, it doesn't work very well. Hence why the editing of the collection video took quite a while. Okay, we're plugged in and we're ready to go. Okay. So the amp that I'm using here is an old PV Triumph PAG 60 Scorpion equipped, and it is a big noisy old beast. Occasionally when I switch on the
reverb tank doesn't work, and I need to give it a little love tap on the ceiling here just to get it to work. Let's see if it works today. That reverb is working great. Okay, dokie, we are in business. Lost the tuning of it again, I do apologise, but this is the this is the risk that we run when we do videos with no editing. Interesting, the volume knob, when I rolled it down there, it was still making some noise. I'll give that a bit of a spray with the old contact cleaner. I do have some Gibson caps that I could put on here for now. They are black ones, so they won't be staying, but it might just offend me a bit less. I'll save these for another guitar. Anyway, we didn't even make it off the bridge pickup there. Middle pickup for the plinky plonky stuff. And the neck pickup. Try and play in a key that isn't A for a bit of while.
Okay, now this might get noisy because I'm going to put it on the high gain here. Wow! Noise cancelling in the middle, of course. We have a noisy beast on our hands. I like it. I like it. And I was worried I was worried about the fingerboard, and now I'm not. So, happy days. Going to play this for a bit in its current condition, aside from the aesthetic changes that I already said I would make, and see how this setup works. Maybe tweak the neck if I need to. There was a couple of little buzzies. Oh, look at this on the back of the headstock, actually. This is fantastic. So they have left or carved out that little made in the USA bit in the middle, and then there's also the little hologram of Les Paul. So that's great. I know some people really hate that headstock, but it makes the guitar unique. So let's see if it's a keeper. Thank you for sharing this with me today. Feel free to like and subscribe and do all that internet stuff if this kind of thing is to your liking, and I shall endeavour to do more. See you next time.